You I know, like that guy over there. And some of you I don't, and I'm learning your names, and you'll be my new friends from tonight going forward. I'm Danny. I've known Mike for quite a long time, and been privileged to be his best friend for quite a while. One of them, because Mike has many best friends, and I think we all know that. And so I want to start off, and I want to start with a little confession. So, confession is, I taught Mike how to drive. Now,
that explains a lot.
So if you've ever had a white knuckle experience with Mike in the car when he drove, it was my fault. So, the first time, I'll tell you a little story about the first time he drove. The very first advice I ever gave Mike was, I leaned over quietly, and he'll attest to this, Michael, we're not in England. and Mike said, oh crap, and he swerved back to our side. You know, his driving never got better, but it just got faster. And so, and then I'll tell you a little, Mike and I, when we met, so we were in high school, and we met in high school, and it was actually looking at this Arnold Schwarzenegger type man. We met in the weight room, and so I was a pretty serious power lifter back in the day, and I was in the gym, and everybody was annoying me, and this is a fact, and so to get somebody serious, I said, if anybody wants to bench press 200 pounds in 2 weeks, I could get them to do it. And Mike stood up. And I'm going to tell you something. He did get there. It took about 3 weeks, but he benched 205. Woo! And so he didn't tell me later about his heart condition, that he wasn't supposed to lift more than 30 pounds. But oops. But
oversight committee.
So I forgot. Well, time rolled on, and we became roommates for several years, and we had many adventures. Mike has always had a discerning eye for beauty, which is why he picked such a beautiful bride. I want to open up the closet and let out a few ghosts now, some skeletons. So, Michael has always lived his life with impeccable standards. And so, he has very high moral standards. Mike and I were roommates. We lived together for a very long time. And Mike would go to church, and Mike would tell me he does not believe in premarital sex. Of course, he never thought he was going to get married. You old sin.
Hence the name, procrastinator.
So, enough about Mike. I want to say a few things about the bride. With many friends, the bride, in most situations, is not that well known by the groom's friends. But in our case, it's a little different. So Janet and I started out as strangers and went through very many difficult situations, making literal life and death decisions together. And I know that she is a great partner to work with. And we spent hours with doctors and hospitals and made the best decisions we could. And we're here because of that. Mm-hmm. And it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So, my hat's off to you. In all this, I learned the character and the love that Janet has for Mike. And her character is above reproach, and her love is golden. So please, if you'll lift a glass with me to the bride and groom, to stay golden. Yeah.